like to go over the Druki here
Alrighty.
and see what they brought for us. But
Ooh, take it
yes,
away.
and relatively similar army to the one we saw prior. A bit more missile play. Now starting with the infantry corps, we have 5 ranked up bleak swords, ranked up to 2 silver chevrons. As well, we have 2 Sisters of Slaughter on the right flank. Accompanying them are a single witch elf. Now for the said missile contingent, we have. I think we had a few more units. Okay, never mind. Looks like we have 3 shades, just a standard variant. As well, we have 1 Black Arc Corsair, the handbow variant. And for the cavalry contingent, we have, looks like 4 Dark Riders with shields. I think there are 4. Hold on 1 second, and no. Looks like there are just 3 Dark Riders with shields. And for the leadership, we have a Supreme Sorceress, Flora Fire. She's on a Dark Steed, and she just has Fireball, Burning Head, Arcane Conduit, and that looks to be the Black Horror, that Bound Wind spell. We'll see if it's used to good effect like the previous matchup we saw just earlier.
Yeah.
And this rounds out the Dark Elf force. What has the pirate brought to banish this Dark Elf force?
Well, the Dark Elf is going to be bringing a bit of a different army than the last one we saw. No Air Force to start. But looking like we're going to have 5 units of Zombie Pirate Deckhand Mob up front. We're also going to be seeing 4 units of Zombie Pirate Deckhand Mob with halberds, or polearms, sorry. We are then going to see what appears to be 4 units of Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob, 2 on either flank. And then we're also going to see 4 units of Morghuls, 2 on either flank, and one of them will be the ROR Night Terrors. Aside from this, we're going to go here and check out the leadership, which appears to be the next thing we need to cover. And we're going to have a Morgul Haunter here on the field of battle. This Morgul Haunter is just going to be bringing his normal stuff, but the Chilling Aura is an item ability this guy has, so keep that in mind with that constant debuff of 36% speed to enemies in the range. Then we're also going to be seeing Count Noctilus instead of Luther Harkin here. Now, Count Noctilus is going to be bringing Captain Roth's Moondial. He's also going to have Wraithstorm, Arcane Conduit, as well as Melikos Mystifying Miasma, Invocation from the Heck, the Drowned Dead, and that will round it out. He also has Smoke and Mirrors in there for that speed buff every time he is casting across the battlefield. Now, I think that rounds it out, bud. No Scurvy Durgs to speak of. We'll see how it works.
No Scurvy Durgs. And, that could really come back to bite him.
It could, especially with all of the ranged potential.
Yeah, man.
Also, were there 4 Dark Riders? Was one of them vanguarded really far? Or?
Oh, yes. That was, No, still 3.
Still 3, you're right.
Still 3. I kept thinking there was the 4th Dark Rider that I saw earlier, but yeah, seems there's still 3. But I probably, to be honest, I would have liked to see 4. That Light Cav, that Harass, it's just mainly with the Undead faction.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't quite as sturdy as the Vampire counts. Or just in general with all these zombies, you can get a lot of quick crumbles if you just get some cheeky rear charges with all this fast cav. You don't need heavy cav, you don't need really anything special, just some nice light cav, get that rear charge penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And just make a lot of these units crumble out, especially on this very wide front. You can quickly crumble a flank, and unless Goblin Slayer readjusts his lines, it looks like he's going to be fighting with half his army as Sooth fights with his entire concentrated force.
Yeah, no.
That's never a good idea.
Sooth getting a nice charge onto those Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob, not doing the most damage, but, clearly eliciting a reaction from the Vampire Coast. And curious to see how these Morghuls do as they dive into the Sisters of Slaughter. I imagine they'll probably do just fine in that combat.
Though they are running into the forest, and this may be exactly what Sooth wants here. He's got his fast cav around the right flank here, and he's starting an engagement in the forest with the cover of the trees and bogging down these large units. It's a very good start for the
looks like we see a Burning Head! Oh, wow.
Goodness.
Gonna delete one unit of Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob, but it looks like some nice micro from Gobbo Slayer means he's going to avoid the rest of it, unless that's going to go through. Oh!
Just barely missed.
Just barely missed, yeah. But I think you're absolutely right. Soothsayer clearly looking like he was trying to bait that engagement in the forest. And now these Mongols are getting shot down by the Shades as the Sisters of Slaughter, while they're taking a lot of damage, are cleaving through the zombies there.
Yeah, and you see this, Sooth as just focusing on this flank. He's denying the other flank, voiding this flank. And the pirates are fighting with half their force as the other half just tries to stagger over here and get involved. And yeah, they're missing the party, man. It's,
Absolutely.
Yeah. The drinks are going to be gone by the time the Mongols get there, and they have the hunger. They're not going to be happy.
No, absolutely, man. Like, I absolutely love this refused flank from Soothsayer. We saw him do it in another battle, too, in the last tournament against the Beastmen, and it's just absolutely the right thing to do. And, you know, you hit the nail on the head. Half of this Vampire Coast army is still just playing catch-up, trying to close the distance. And by the time they get there, it looks like they're going to have lost quite a lot. However, as I say that, I still see both of the Mongols are alive, whereas the Sisters of Slaughter at this point are very low on health, so I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the best trade ever.
Yeah, we'll see. Funny enough, the Night Terrors just ran into some Witch Elves, a contest of who can rampage quicker. And they have rampages indeed now, and although, yeah, it's quite a bit of ebb and flow. The Mongols healing back up, while the other Night Terrors are vanishing all the while. So,
yeah,
indeed, it seems we have quite an even match. Purely ground gained by the Empire. Seems, yeah, the Mongols have healed back, and yeah, that's always a big thing for the Vampire Coast. Get those Mongols to heal and come back in the late game and terrify everything. But yeah, well, Night Terrors just vanished.
Yeah, Night Terrors look like they're on their last leg, as long as this last volley does the trick. But it looks like they're actually not even focusing on the Night Terrors now. They're shooting down the other Mongols. Night Terrors are still disintegrating. Only 4 models left on them. But yeah, I mean, right now, still dead even. Anybody's game for sure. But I do have to say, the Dark Elves in this battle versus the last one we saw, their missile units are getting a lot more work done as far as I'm concerned. But now, a summon of Zombie Pirate Deckhand Mob going down on one of the Shades, and the Mongol Haunter is back there too. So I don't know, man. Is this another instance of we're not going to be able to see the Dark Elves really take care of the Vampire Coast heroes?
I think absolutely. It seems this Mongol Haunter is indeed the win condition for the Vampire, and I just think with that chill aura, these Shades are going to struggle to get away. Look at that. They only have 42 speed. Yeah, the Mongol Hunter is going to chase them down, it seems, as long as it can stay active. If it gets bogged down by these Witch Elves or Rampages, I think that'll, you know, quickly spell victory for the Dark Elves. Because then they'll be able to shoot Nocti Boy, but it seems, it depends what happens on this engagement here.
There goes that Rampage. Yeah, that Rampage and a lovely crossfire. This Mongol Haunter is just melting. Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's exactly what the Dark Elves needed. There's a summon coming in, but who cares? They've got this Mongol Haunter to crumble. Okay, it stopped rampaging, but if this thing vanishes, they can switch onto Nocti Boy, and that's going to be a Dark Elf victory in just moments.
Yeah, and I don't see how this Mongol Haunter is coming back. Mongol Haunter is dead as a doornail. The balance of power is reflecting what you just said. And here comes Arnsball's Black Horse. Oh, Burning Head right through a middle of these zombie chaff, and oh my god, the damage is real.
Roasting those zombies.
Just yum. Who's hungry? The Mongols aren't hungry anymore.
That's right, and yeah, Nocti Boy just desperately chasing after these Shades, but it looks like he's getting further and further into no Pirates land, and yeah, look at these, the Tatter Dark Elf units are forming a very nice concave, completely encircling this pirate force, and yeah, I think soon the repeater bolts will rain on Nocti, and yeah, the Dark Elves will reclaim this ground and the victory.
Yeah.
Which is really surprising. It looks like it was just slipping away from them.
It really did, but you know, some nice, cool, calm composure being displayed by Soothsayer here. He continued to pull his Shades further and further back, and I really just think his micro has been on point. You know, like it looked like he was getting caught out a few times, but he's just done a really good job of, I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for. I can't remember. But in any case, if you'll notice, he's not retreating all of his Shades in the same direction. He's retreating in different directions, finding opportunities for crossfires. And I think that's really helped prevent the Vampire Coast from being able to chase him down and keep him on the run, just because Soothsayer's done such a good job of keeping his ranged units at least split into 2 groups. So if one is pinned down, the other can fire in and support it. But here comes some Morghuls. We got a party of 3 Morgul units coming over here trying to chase down these Dark Elves. And I have to say, those 3 units, if they can get healed back up, it's pretty scary. Especially with Invocation of Nehek still on the field, this battle is not over.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Invocation hasn't gone down, as one Morgul is crumbling out. Only 250 health and rapidly dropping.
Yeah. It's now or never to get that Invocation of Nehek down. But
oh, there we go. A very nice summon.
Yeah.
Okay, this could be what Vampire Coast really needs if they are going to claw back at all.
Yeah. But once again, as I was saying, look at what Soothsayer is doing. He's pulling the Blackheart Corsairs one way, he's pulling the Shades the other way, immediately splitting them up, forcing his opponent to have to choose which one they're chasing. Where a more inexperienced player, may just be pulling them back together. So I have to say, in spite of a very good catch from Gobbo Slayer right there, it just looks like Soothsayer is continuing to do a good job of keeping a lot of his missile units firing.
Oh, another burning head. Roasting these zombies over here on the right flank.
Yeah. Shattering them both.
And that's huge. As long as the Dark Elves keep gaining ground on the balance of power, those leadership debuffs will just be too much for the Dark Elves. For the Pirates.
Yep.
And soon we'll have that typical Noctilus versus the world scenario.
Yep. And it does look like Noctilus could get sniped down right now, but the Shades actually aren't firing at him, so I guess maybe they're just playing it patient, using their ammunition on the Morghuls before they turn their attention to Noctilus.
Exactly. I think they see the Morghuls as the only real threat to their army at this point, and
yeah,
just letting Noctilus run in circles like a mad chicken, his head cut off, just trying to get something. And he's running in pretty angrily into melee right now.
Yeah, these Morghuls just desperately trying to claw their torsos towards the Shades, but so much missile damage coming in as they do so, and once again, just that nice concave formation where the Morghuls are getting shot from all sides.
Yeah, just very well played.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept the Dark Riders alive for the late game. That's really key,
Yep.
Having that bit of mobility. And just the outright skirmish advantage against the Vampire Coast is invaluable in the late game. And usually, with proper play like this, and using your missile units and good field control and awareness of the lanes. Yeah.
But a very good...
very well played and all the way to victory.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And, it's also a good shout out to Gobbo Slayer there. There was quite a few moments where I thought he was catching Soothsayer out with his pants down. But, just in the end, Soothsayer pulling this one through. But obviously this is only the first round, and we have a best of 3 here. And then whoever loses this is going to go play Syphos, so... all about who can maintain composure and keep their eye on the prize, even if they lose this round.
Absolutely. But, I do think if he just could have got all 4 of those Morghuls into the initial engagement, he probably could have won it decisively. But, having those units way over on the right flank so they couldn't help with the left flank engagement as the Sister of Slaughter made contact with the lines, I still think that's definitely brought him to the situation here in the late game.
Yep. Noctilus desperately trying to kill off all these Dark Elves, but he don't got what it takes.
Noctilus versus the world, as is tradition for the vampires.
Yep. He's like the Lewin of the undead.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And as it was before, as it is now. Actually, no, it's different. The Dark Elves actually won this game, didn't they?
Yes, the Dark Elves won this time, whereas last time Luther Harkin was able to take it home. And I have to say,
nice variety here.
Yeah, I like the Luther Harkin pick, because that mobility and terror, super useful.
Yeah.
But
I think someone pointed out there were more Shades in this game, and perhaps they were the key to victory.
Yep.
Just, Shade's very strong here, and especially in this situation, I almost think the Black Spot are just like a must-bring.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at this pirate army. They had no range.
Yeah.
They hit the Shades.
Yeah. It was basically a
range
rush
here,
army.
yeah, and with I think only 90 range on these zombie pirate gunnery mob, Shades have 130. I mean, that's a massive range difference. They can just, stay out of, stay safe, throw some shots down, and retreat all game. But
Yeah.
if you had just a couple guns here, I think the guns are really strong versus the Dark Elves as well. Because your guns outrange their guns, and your guns are unbreakable. So